Agent Callus.
It's the mark of the Phoenix Squadron. A creature of flight, rising in flames. A symbol of their commitment to victory.
It is that. And more. I've seen it everywhere. Marking territory. It is a commitment. But to this world specifically. These rebels have an attachment to this place and will always return. These rebels are after information likely heading to Section A2.
Hey guys, it's me Ryan from Ryan Studios, and this is my Grand Admiral Thrawn minifigure from Star Wars Rebels. And as you can see, I spent a very long time on this figure. It took me about 5 hours to complete, which was very time consuming, and it doesn't look like it's very time consuming, but yeah, and it's not my best figure, as I do feel that my Elfo and my Deadpool and my Venom are a lot better figures. So yeah, we're just going to get right into the figure. As you can see, I used the slicked back hairpiece. I had it in black, and I thought black was a good color, but I chose to use the darkest blue paint as I possibly had, which I think still looks great. At first, I wasn't really a big fan of it, but now I actually kind of like it a lot. And as you can see, his face was the thing I made. It took me about maybe a half an hour or so just to figure everything out. And looking at it, it doesn't look as bad as it did when I first looked at the completed face. I thought it was really off, especially on the half of this side and half of the other side. I thought it just looked really bad. But after a while, after looking at it for about half an hour, it looks a bit better. And as you see, he has red eyes with black pupils. And I know I didn't have enough, something skinny enough to put white in the center of the black, but that was the best I could do. So yeah, he also has kind of a concerned look on his face, as you can see. So he kind of has the two, like, kind of things on his face that make it look like he's kind of, he's raising his eyebrows. And speaking of his eyebrows, he has two skinny, except that one, black eyebrows. And yeah, it looks really cool. He has a chin at right under his face right there, and he also has cheekbones because, you know, every single Lego Star Wars officer ever known is very cheeky and bony in the face, which was obviously expressed with Grand Moff Tarkin. And as you can see, he has a kind of the yellow. I don't know what it's really called. It's used to show a form of rank and navy. Yeah, he has the kind of goldish. I used yellow in this case because I couldn't find my gold paint on his shoulders, which looks really nice. It's kind of rough around the edges because I don't know what happened. It's just around the corners usually, because this is very curvy. If you ever held a minifigure, which you probably have if you were watching this video, if you ever held a minifigure, it's very smooth around the corners. Plus, I'm using this really old space torso. It may not look like that, but I removed it with eraser, which took a very long time. So he also has a brick arms too. It's a raised blaster, and yeah, there's nothing on his arms, as you can see, and he also has another form of rank right here, if you look there. And I used Sharpie as much as I could in this figure. As you can see, I did use a black waist piece, and I painted that white. It was either I did the opposite, and I just didn't feel like painting four sides of something. So as you can kind of see, I just painted the white, and it looks okay. And he also has these kind of tooth. I know they're silver, but my sisters had to use all the silver paint yesterday, so I wasn't able to do that. And then those two lines on either side of that line going up would be silver as well. It's just, you know. And you could also see I painted his hands, which used to be looking good. I don't know what happened to them. And his legs are, I painted them black on at least half of them black, as you can see. And I originally started with Sharpie, but then I realized we still have black paint, so I used black paint. And if you move this, I painted him on this side too, to keep the consistency. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you enjoyed these Minifig Mondays, please be sure to check out my other Minifig Mondays. Next week is going to be Marvel, so that's just a little sneak peek. Yeah, that's, and also remember to keep looking on my Discord. I post pictures a lot on there of what I'm working on. Of course, I had when when I do a custom minifigure, I have bases of figures, and I posted one of Grand Admiral Thrawn. So yeah, you should really check it out. I showed a picture of something being destroyed, and then the replacement picture was something very good, and something from the prequel trilogy of Star Wars. And then I also built something of the other prequel trilogy of Star Wars, which you have to check out today. Right after I finish filming this video, I'm going to post 2 pictures of what I did today. So, keep that in mind. Remember to like and subscribe, join my Discord, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.